Welcome back. You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. Make sure you go over to Facebook and like our page. And if you've got a real estate question, call us 281-882-8088. All right, I'm joined again here in the studio with Matt Register. We're continuing on. I have a few more questions for him. I want to talk about some of the other products that they've come out with over there at RREA Media besides just all the video and radio stuff that they do. Matt's a serial entrepreneur, a turnaround specialist, does a lot in business, but he has, over the last 10 years, learned a lot about video, started RREA Media, which is a video marketing company. They create websites, radio, all kinds of things, graphic design, all kinds of great things. So want to talk to you a little bit about, let's start with the radio show, because you're the producer of Houston Real Estate Radio. You kind of oversee everything. We repurpose the show online. And that's been very beneficial for me as a realtor, as a broker, because one, I can use it as a training tool if it's something that'll help my agents. Because let's face it, there are a lot of agents out there listening to the show just to learn. And then you've got all the consumers who are watching. And so if a consumer calls me and they say, Shannon, I've thought about being a landlord. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I can just send them past shows on landlording and, hey, watch this guy talk about it. He's done it. Hear what he has to say. Then they're not listening to me. They can hear the whole show on it and then call me back and ask me any questions about it. But it gives them, it's great content. It's great education. It's a huge educational tool.
Sure. Absolutely.
So you now have another company that you've started that's educational based. Tell me about that.
Well, we have an offshoot of the media company, and what happened is we identified a number of clients that came to us wanting to that had classes that they gave to students, varying industries, varying student bases, but wanted to have a distance learning component to it. And where they started was, we want to do live webinars.
Yeah.
And can you help us with that? And that the first conversation kind of ends up adjusting the business plan a little bit, because a very simple question is, why live? Why are you doing this live? If you are not getting meaningful feedback from the student, live, then you might be better off doing a video-based distance learning, putting some effort into post-production and make sure that it's shined up, it looks attractive. So they enjoy watching it. They're not going to sleep. Absolutely. And then have a subscription model where you sell access to the class online versus tickets to a live webinar. And so what we ended up coming up with is a product of RREA Media that's called Easy Distance Learning. And you can find it at easydistancelearning.com. But very simply, there are three components to distance learning, video-based distance learning. There's the classroom capture, where you capture the content of the class being given. There is post-production, where you actually produce the videos with that footage. And then there's the content distribution, which is the web portion of it, where you're actually selling the classes, administering the classes, taking tests online, quizzing the students once they take the class, and then issuing credit upon completion of the quiz. So we've come up with a system for all three components, where people can come in if they have a lot of classes. We have the ability to go wire up and set up a classroom at their location. And we have clients that have 500 plus hours of classroom instruction to give. We also have the ability in our classroom for people who have smaller classes, or in our studio for people who have 4 or 5 hours worth of class instruction. Just come in here and capture that content. And then we have the post production, with our staff here at RREA Media, and then the content distribution with our web development side. We have the ability to assist a client in setting up a website that has the ability to has the e-commerce component where they can sell the classes and then administer it and quiz them and issue credit and really a professional product.
So really anybody can use this. It could be a company who wants to create videos and then have them as training for their entire organization across the world, or it could be for a nonprofit organization, or just an organization like a professional organization that then wants to teach, present them at other organizations. So like, for example, the GHBA, if they were doing these, they could sell them to other builder associations around the country. They could then have their folks taking these great classes. And
absolutely. And we have, we have clients that are teaching some business seminars. Mm-hmm. We have clients that are doing dog training videos. So I mean, it's not industry specific, but any mm-hmm. kind of online classroom instruction, we have several techniques for capturing that content in a way that's engaging to the viewer, in a way that adequately transfers that knowledge to them.
Yeah.
As opposed to having to be in the same classroom.
So lots of options. You guys go in and build the entire studio and the entire web portal and everything, or you can just do any component of it that the person wants or the organization wants.
That's right. They
all different flavors.
That's right. They pick their poison, right? Whatever they need.
So if somebody was interested in doing video work, how do you approach that? Do you just set up a consultation?
We set up a consultation and try to figure out, what is it they're trying to accomplish and what perhaps might be the most efficient method to get to accomplish those goals.
So the best way to do that would probably be going through the web portal, RREA Media.
That's right. Go to rreamedia.com, send us a contact from the contact page, and we're happy to call you and sit down and talk.
And then the Easy Distance Learning, it has, what was the website again for that?
EasyDistanceLearning.com, or simply contact us through the RREA Media webpage, and either one.
Let's talk about the remote broadcast booth. You had this brilliant idea to create a remote broadcasting booth where we could take Houston Real Estate Radio on the road. And I thought you were crazy, because I thought, how are we going to do this? No one's ever built this. Nobody knows what you're talking about. And being the engineer that you are, you completely designed it. And then you took it to a company and said, can you build it? And they completely built exactly what you drew. And it works beautifully.
Well, I'm a lazy person. And as you know, remote broadcasts are, they're a lot of work. There's a lot of equipment to haul, and then you get to wire up the equipment, and you get to figure out why the equipment doesn't work. And, so my thought was, is there something we can build that everything is pre-wired, that it rolls off a trailer, plug it in, and you're talking, anywhere in the world. And so we built it. I mean, it's as simple as that. It's on a trailer, and it rolls up to a home show or a developer's launch party or wherever it is we're doing a remote broadcast, and roll it off the back of the trailer and plug it in, or plug it into a generator, and we're off to the races.
It works beautifully. I love it. We've been to a lot of builder developer parties and broadcasts from there. We've broadcast from home shows and bridal shows and different organizations, and it has worked like a charm. It's been a beautiful thing. And what I really love for our agents is that when we're at home shows broadcasting, it attracts a lot of attention. Our agents are there, and they get to meet a lot of people who become potential clients for them.
Absolutely.
So it's been a great thing. It really has been interesting to see all of these media components work in the real estate industry, and then to see how you took it outside the media or outside of the real estate industry and used it as well.
That's right. And the takeaway is media is not just for Fortune 500 companies. I mean, there is a use for media and a way for small business to utilize and leverage media in their own companies across all industries. This is not something that's limited to guys with Fortune 500 budgets. I mean, and we've proven that. We did not have a Fortune 500 budget when we started doing this, and have used media to great extent to grow and build our company.
That's right. All right. Well, great talking to you, Matt. I'm glad you came on the show with me and talked about REA Media, because I think a lot of people don't know what goes on behind the scenes here and how the media company connects with the builder-developer industry and the realtor community. And so I think it's all interesting for our consumers to hear how all these different portals come together. So I appreciate you coming on the show with me.
No worries.
All right. We'll be right back here on Houston Real Estate Radio. When we come back, I'm going to give you some updates from the convention. I was at the convention for about 5 days, the WCR Women's Council Convention, and then the TAR, the Texas Association of Realtors, winter meetings, not really conventions, winter meetings, but lots of updates, lots of information for you. So we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors here on Houston Real Estate Radio.